All right, the last page of Chapter 7, Section 5 is about computing credit card finance. So far we've covered examples of close-ended credit. This is credit with a fixed number of payments and specific payoff dates. Okay, credit cards aren't like that. They're revolving credit. It's a form of open-ended credit where there is no fixed number of payments or payoff date. Okay. The unpaid balance method is how interest on a credit card is calculated. With this method, the interest is charged only on the balance from the previous month. The billing cycle for credit cards and loans can begin and end on any day of the month. However, for the examples here, we will assume that the cycle ends on the last day of the month. Okay, I have cards that their cycle typically ends in the middle of the month. So you don't know if what you just charged got on this month's charge, next month's charge, that kind of thing. If you're paying attention, you do know when it is, because remember, you're going to get charged interest on the unpaid balance on that day. Ding, that day, what's your balance? That's your interest charge, okay, is calculated on. So if you have a big purchase, wait to the next month if it's close, but I'm just saying. So for our purposes, we're going to assume it's the last day of the month. If your credit card uses the unpaid balance method, which most of them do these days, you never pay any interest if you pay off your balance in full each month before that date of calculation, okay? The merchant gets charged a fee for each transaction in the store that you're making. That's a totally separate thing. But when it comes time around that day of the month, the company will see what your balance is and you'll get a percentage charge on that. So in 2003, the federal government set out new regulations so minimum payments covered at least the interest and a little bit of the principal. Otherwise, you're not making a big enough dent in your principal. Okay. You could just be paying interest each month for like forever, if you don't pay some of that principal off. So in 2017, they decided it was 1.26 interest per month, a minimum payment equal to the interest plus 1% of the principal. So they figured out how much they were supposed to charge you at minimum to help the average citizen get this revolving credit that's never ending, open-ended, to actually get paid off someday. Okay. So another way credit card companies can make money is the average daily balance. Okay. The customer starts paying interest on the day they make their purchase. This method is in our textbook, but we won't be covering this method. If you have a credit card that charges this way, I recommend you get a different card. Okay. That's outrageous to charge you interest every single day until you pay it off on a revolving credit. You could be paying interest every single day forever. Okay, that just sounds bad. All right, so let's look at our few examples here. The month of January, Christina has an unpaid balance of that from December. Okay, purchases for the month were this. Payment was made. If the interest on the unpaid balance is 2% per month, find the finance charge and the balance on February 1st. So from on the day that they, which we're assuming is the last day of the month for these examples, she owed this much. Okay. So therefore that 2% per month is this $16.93 finance charge. Okay. Existing balance, finance charge, new charge. And then she made a payment of $350. There's the new balance for February 1st. Okay, these are all the things that happened in January. Pretty straightforward. So let's see. Yolanda's decorating her apartment. The first day of her credit card billing cycle, her balance was this. She recently made a purchase of this, she was able to make a payment of $1,000. If her interest rate is 1.67 per month on the unpaid balance, what is the finance charge and her new balance? So purchases, existing, well, I probably should have made room here. Hang on. I have a habit of starting to write things down. What I need to know, let's do the finance charge like they did up here. So 36479 times, what was it? So remember, this is 0.0167 to get a finance charge of $39.49 on the existing bill. And then there was a new charge, but then there was a payment. Okay, so we had the 2,36479 that was owed, the existing balance, plus the 3,949 of the interest, plus the new charges after the payment. So the new balance is going to be 3368.3. Just put a 0 on the end because we're talking money, and this is the new balance. Okay. Jeffrey had a balance of 98653 on his first day of the credit card billing cycle. He charged that much to his account, made a payment of that. Here's his interest rate on the unpaid balance monthly. What's the finance charge on the balance of the first day of the next cycle? Well, let's get this cycle first. So times 0135 is 1332. So that's the finance charge. And the balance of the first day of the next cycle. So we had this amount plus the finance charge. He made another charge. And he made a payment. Let me do the charge first. This is all 5, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 minus the payment. Double check I'm getting this right. $41135, which is the new balance that he will be charged interest on the next billing cycle. I'm sorry, put it up just a little bit. Okay.